WandaVision episode 3 is more what you were promised from the show. The first two were just literal build up to episodes 3 through 5. So in episode 3, you start to see the neighbors acting weird. You start to see them trying to give little Morse code that say, you know what, help us. Try to get out of this illusion that Wanda has us in. Like, help us get out of this. And in this episode, you see Wanda have twins, which eventually become Speed and Wiccan in the comics. And that gives more of, like, are they real or they're just part of the illusion? You never know. And Monica Rambeau was tossed out of Westview. So in episode 4, they do show how Monica got into Westview in the first place. But in episode 3, Wanda tosses her out of Westview because she suspects her of trying to get her out of her illusion, and she thinks she's a bad person. But in reality, she's just trying to help her get over her grief over Vision and stuff like that. But she tosses her out of Westview and saying, "You're not my neighbor, and you're an outsider, you're a trespasser," and just basically tosses her out of Westview altogether. And that is going to lead into episode 4. WandaVision episode 4 shows how Monica Rambeau got into Westview. So Monica Rambeau meets up with Jimmy Woo, and then she ends up touching the barrier that's around Westview, and she gets sucked into the illusion that Wanda created. That's how she becomes part of Westview. And Jimmy Woo and Darcy are back. Jimmy Woo being from the Ant-Man movie, and Darcy being from the Thor movie. Their characters are much better written here, and they're really likable in the series. I'm glad they're back, and I'm glad they're part of the series as part of SWORD. And shows how Monica Rambeau got tossed out of Westview by Wanda, same as it did in episode 3, just from a different angle. And it shows how Monica Rambeau got into the field in the first place, and that's how she ended up outside of the illusion that Wanda created. And then it shows dead Vision for a quick second. So Wanda ends up seeing dead Vision with his stone ripped out and everything. That was really dark. So it's implying that Wanda's using Vision's dead core to create this illusion that he's still alive and that he has twins with her and that everything's fine and hunky dory. In reality, Vision is dead, and she can't get over the grief that he is no longer there. That is really dark. I like where the show is going. I like that it takes these twists and it's turns. And in episode 5, I hope it continues to turn. WandaVision episode 5. So, Wanda comes out of the illusion after Sword tries to break it up with a drone, and then a missile accident goes out. She catches it, comes out of the illusion, and basically threatens Sword, saying, "You better not break up the illusion." And she just turns around and just turns all the guns towards the Sword soldiers and goes back into the illusion. Like nothing happened. That's a straight up Magneto move. That is crazy. Wow. And then Vision figures out what's going on. So Vision basically goes to his job in the illusion and touches this guy named Norm that basically tells him, stop her. I haven't seen my family in forever, and basically she's keeping me from them. He didn't specify who. He didn't say whether it was Wanda or it was Agnes. Maybe they're working in tandem. You never know. But he basically said, stop her. And then when he touches him, he goes back to normal. As if nothing happened. And then Vision and Wanda get into an argument. Basically, he's telling her, you can't keep these people trapped here or that guy trapped here from seeing his family. That's just wrong. You can't do that. And then he asks, what's outside of Westview? And he says, you can't make that decision for me whether I stay in here or go outside of Westview. And that scene is just so well done. Fantastic. Then after all of that, Evan Peters' Quicksilver shows up. I was ecstatic when Quicksilver showed up. My face was smiling ear to ear, man. I was excited that they finally acknowledged the X-Men in the MCU. It's amazing, man. Just amazing. And I can't wait for what episode 6 has to bring us. I'm so excited for episode 6 of WandaVision.